Hey, welcome my friends. It is September. We're going to try something a little bit different this month. Instead of starting off at the very beginning and showing you each a little detail of what's going on in the farm, I'm going to do a quick little recap of September and what we've been able to accomplish. So starting up here at the farm, we're just going to walk around and I'll give you out the details. First and foremost, look at the stone pines. They are growing in. So the ones we have coming up the driveway here have grown in slightly, and the ones that we have scattered around the farm and up along the driveway going up to the farm shop have also come in. They are beautiful looking little stone pines like we've seen before. These are the 8-meter ones. This is the first growth cycle. Our bigger ones over here to the left, they are still at the 13.5, but they look a little beefier, right? They're filled out a little bit more. They're a little thicker, a little beefier on that. We'll go look at the pines that we actually planted last year in the back. We'll go take a look at those here in a few minutes. Off here to our right was our grass field. It was ready to cut this morning, so we got an AI out here to help us, and we cut the grass. After cutting, obviously, we went back and picked up that grass with our new pickup, foraging pickup, and our wagon, and we're able to take that grass and put it in the silo production. Now, the production that we got was about 98,000 liters off of that. If you remember over here, we had our beautiful little wheat field. We had harvested that wheat. So what have we done since then? Well, we went back and we took the field, we cultivated it, we cultivated it, we put down fertilizer, then we planted, and then we come back and rolled it. So as of right now, it is ready to start growing. We also mulched it as well, so we're going to get another 100% yield bonus off of this, which is going to be fantastic when the wheat comes in. Now, it does have weeds right now, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to actually purchase a herbicide sprayer to take care of those weeds or wait for those weeds to come in and use the weed puller that we have right now. Now, in addition to this field, we also did the same on the other field where we actually had the oats planted last time, and we harvested those oats, and the same time we planted this field, prepared and planted, we have prepared and planted the other field. And when I say we, I mean me and the AI. It's just me and the AI out here doing this, right? Now, we had our normal run of productions, and we took those up. When we took those productions up and sold them, we have a couple more, it looks like, that's popped here. One of the things that we invested in is we got a brand new big roller. Now, this is not the biggest of the roller, but it definitely helped out when we were doing the rolling, when we were coming back through and finishing all that up. Here's our new shed. This is our new solar shed. It is doing quite well for us. And over here on the back side, let's just get around here real quick. The stone pines, love the way those are looking. So we have some more equipment parked out here at the back. And of course, all the production that we had popped from normal, we go through our normal cycle, take those, deliver those, and so on and so forth. Now, out here at the new greenhouses, if you recall, I set the greenhouses up such that each row or each pair of rows would be able to get us. So this pair of rows we set up to produce grain crops. This pair here we did to do the kaleaf. Each one of these we set up to be one being fruit, one being oil, and one being root crops, right? So we got those and pulled those in. I now have another setup that I'm going to test next month for our October. Also coming up in October, we should expect that our corn will be ready to go in October, and we should expect our soybeans to be ready to be harvested in October as well. So just looking at here of course is our field that we prepped. Again, same as before, we went ahead and mulched it, and since we mulched it, then we put fertilizer down, and then we planted it, and then we came back and rolled it. That's going to give us a 100% yield on this crop in the future for next year. So again, this is our other wheat field. This is wheat, and the little one is wheat. And of course, over here where I ran over it, I didn't mean to, but I did, we have our soybeans growing. And then of course our big soybean field is still growing out here on the side, and those soybeans should be ready for us to pull next month. Now, they may be staggered a little bit like we had with the wheat because of the planting time frames, but that should be good to go. The other thing that we did was get the fish to go in good order. Now, we did have some soybean, we did have some corn, so we're able to properly take those from our greenhouses and put them into the fish, but we did have to go up and buy some mineral feed. So I ended up buying some wheat, buying some mineral feed, and buying some soybean to be able to get these fish in good order for next month. So as you can see right now in this particular fish tank number 4 that we're looking at, we have over 1,000 corn, over 1,000 soybean. We're almost maxed out on our wheat and almost maxed out on our mineral feed because we were able to purchase the wheat and purchase the mineral feed. Those were spent about 40,000 each on. So what we got out of the productions and what we got out of the new greenhouses was able to set us up with a good fish run for October. So October is going to be an exciting time. So instead of taking you all the way through September, I thought we would just springboard through September, show you what I done, and then let's get up here, roll the month forward, and really see what October looks like. So I hope you like this kind of update. We're kind of jumping from last month in August. We're kind of going to jump through September, then we're going to get right on. Hey, and there we go. We are now in October. So let's do like we normally would do at the start of the month. Let's take our little side-by-side down and just get a good little glance at everything that's going on. Our grass is starting to grow back in here on the right-hand side. Nothing new on that. We should have corn ready. Look how pretty and dark that is over there. So the corn is definitely ready to be harvested. We'll get an AI working on that here shortly. Let's go down here and look at our soybeans out in the middle field. Those should be ready for us to go as well. Oh, look at the productions. Oh, look at all the greenhouse stuff. Oh, that looks great. We'll come back and tour that here in just a moment as well. So these soybeans are ready and good to go. Let's get over here and look on the right hand side. So just like I was thinking, the soybeans that we got in, that we put into the new field aren't quite ready to harvest. It's going to be next month before these soybeans out here are going to be ready to harvest. But we do have our soybeans that we planted earlier in that cycle, which will be able to allow us to actually harvest the corn and harvest the soybean. Both the soybean and the corn is going to be vital for us to be able to get in and get this stuff in our fish. Oh, looks like we've got plenty of weeds out here as well, if my eyeballs caught on correctly. Yeah, lots of weeds. Look at that. Yeah, tons of weeds, tons of weeds. Okay, we're going to have to get those weeds out of there. That's going to be a penalty for us. Should have probably bought the herbicide and put the herbicide down. But we'll get the weeder out here as well. Then over here on our greenhouses, look at the greenhouses. So the one here on the left, this is our oil. We've got 4 out there. This is our fruit crop. Looks like we got 2, 4, 6, 7 that we can pull from there. This is our root crop, and we always make lots of root crop, and it's continuing to do so here. So we're gonna have tons of potatoes and sweet potatoes to put in. Around on this side, this is our leaf corn, our corn corridor, for the lack of a better word. So over here, we're gonna have corn and soybean. Looks like we've got 3 corn and 1 soybean and 1 cotton for each one. Is that the same on each one? Yeah, 3 corn, 1 soybean, and 1 cotton. All right, now let's go on the other side. Let's look at the wheat. Over here on the wheat, oh, this looks amazing. What do we got here? So we have got 1, 2, 3 wheat, and we've got 1, 2, I think, what's that, sorghum? Yeah, sorghum. And then, of course, we've got, looks like 3 oats as well. Are 2 oats. So that is going to be amazing. 3 wheats, 2 oats, and 2 sorghum in each of these 3. Because I have them set up the same, they should produce about the same every single month. They might be off by a little bit, but to the most part, they should be giving us the same quantity each month based off of how I have them set up. And right now, I think I'm using the fertilizer on one set, and I'm using the manure on another set. All right, let's go around here and look at the chickens. The chickens are going to look same old, I'm sure. We're going to have more than plenty of sorghum to keep them well fed. Can think about expanding that in the future, or something else that might actually use sorghum. Our bees are continuing to produce a ton of honey. This is our outside garden, which we might actually get rid of and think about how we might rearrange the farm here a little bit, or at least rearrange some of the yard. Might want to get rid of that or think about it here in the future. Here's our normal production product facility factory that we're making. So obviously we've got oil, we've got potatoes, we've got sugar, and we've got oat drink. Normally, as usual, we should have plenty of our flowers. So let's just jump out here and move a couple of these. Remember, we usually get more than what's showing each month, so drag these over, get them out of the way, and should let a couple more pop in there. Yeah, there we go. There they go. All right, beautiful. Okay, and then our normal setup that we've been using for quite some time. We have our corn, we have our soy, we have our sugar beets, our potatoes, our sorghum. All of that's popping in there as normal. And our last but not least, our grapes and olives. Looks like we've got a nice full set over here as well. All right, fantastic. So as we would normally do, let's jump in the old tractor. Let's get the flat trailer, the orange one, and let's get this stuff delivered up. Now, I currently have the little electric tractor hooked up. Don't know if it'll haul it, but maybe it will. Let's give it a try. Now, while we're doing this, we should probably have the AI out here harvesting for us. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Get it down and get it on. Let's get it on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the rest of this delivered. I suspect it will not take long for that harvester to get full. We'll make a couple of quick deliveries, and then we'll get the wagon and make the wagon run out to help out the harvester. There we go, $48,000 first run. So let's take all this over and dump it in the production factory. Look, I called it the right name. All right, there we go. Let's load up the rest of it, much as we can. That looks good. Anything else coming? Doesn't look like it. Let's see if we can do a little Yui right here. We can swing by and pick up the honey. Get 1 or 2 pallets of the honey on there, at least it looks like. There we go, another $32,000. It gets us close up to the 75 mark, I believe. Let's see how the AI worker's doing. Looks like they have stopped. But we'll get him emptied here, and then he can get back to working. Nice. All right, let's get back over here and get more of our products delivered. 2,600 on the honey and 2,400 in eggs. Let's go sell this real quick. Need some Jeopardy music going on here. Do 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 do. 16,000. Honey and eggs, 16 grand. That's awesome. Okay, that should get us right around the 90 some odd mark. All right, let's see how that looks. 6,600, that'll work. 2,300 in fish, and same as before. It's not setting up right. It just doesn't go. There you go. All right, so let's go down to fish tank number 6 and just make our way around filling everything up. So here's the idea. We'll cruise in and we dump whatever it'll take. And it took all the soybean. It left the wheat and it took some of the corn. So let's swing in here, see what it'll take. Okay. Let's take in some of the wheat. Good. Let's go on around. And it took a little bit. Okay. So everything we have left, oh, I just barely made that. Everything we have left, we're going to put into the silo. And now we're going to go back and get the other crops for the fish and repeat. All right, so we're all set for wheat in our fish. So now we're going to go after the soybean and the corn. So let's drive through each one of these and we will get it filled. And then the cotton should just stay on. Ooh, it's full up on corn. Look at there. That's lovely. That is lovely doubly. It's all janky because of the one. That's okay. We're going to put it all in the silo. Oh, come on, cotton. There we go. Down here are our root crops, and all this goes into the factory, the product factory. Oh, it is still popping off. Look at that. My goodness. We're going to have potatoes and sugar for days. All right, oil crops and root crops are going in. Now in the fruits, we want everything but the strawberries to go in as well. So we're going to pick all this up, but we're going to set down the strawberries before we actually dump it in. So we want to stop right here for a second. We want to get out the strawberries. So load type, potatoes, sugar beets, lettuce, tomatoes, strawberries. Let's unload the strawberries. Just like that. And we'll put everything else in the product factory. We don't have the salad turned on right now, but we can turn that on later. It will store the lettuce for a while because we are making spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce right now. That is wonderful. Let's grab up the strawberries, sell up the strawberries. All right, let's take a look at our total. We have currently made $19,000 for the half of the month on our property income, and we have sold $123,000 in productions and products as of yet. We've paid $638 in wages, and we are just getting started on the day. So what else do we have to do? We have to weed, and we have to harvest up the corn. There we go. Our first harvest off of the big soybean field. Feels amazing. So we're going to go and get the rest of the soybeans. Once we have all the soybeans, we are going to swap out the header and get the combine working and an AI working on pulling the corn. Now we just got a little bitty header for the corn, 6 rows at a time, but it shouldn't take too long. We'll let them do the work while we're doing other things. So we got 9,000 soybeans in here. Why don't we just fill a fish tank while we're here? Been looking forward to doing this for a long time. Got the ass end in there that time. There's just a lip right there, the concrete lip, and the tire just kind of slid along the side. It didn't go up on it. I had to ram it a little hard to get it up on there. That's what she said. All right, that's the last of that. Lovely. All right, let's go over here and look at our pines. Our beautiful cabins. Look at our $200,000 bank account, as I like to call it. Ooh, look at the pines. They're looking cool. 15.7 meters. Nice canopy. Beautiful. That looks awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Got this spot right here in the field. Not sure if I messed it up, but it kind of looks like it's got soybean in it. It looks like soybeans, so I guess I had missed a spot and then threw some soybeans in. I don't know. It's kind of funky. It's going to get run over here in a second when it gets mulched, though. Okay, first things first, let's see how much we ended up in the silo. 69,000 liters of soybeans, 66,000 liters of corn. We've got 55,000 liters of oats, 48,000 liters of wheat. We've got sorghum, we've got a little cotton, we've got a little lime, little seed, little solid fertilizer. Get this finished mulched up real quick. Then we can see what the rest of the day looks like. Maybe we'll take some more productions in, but we want to check the fish, make sure the fish looks good. And once we get all the mulching done, we can call it a month. Okay, so you might have noticed something new. I haven't had a chance to introduce it to you yet, but I'm going to do that right now. So I wanted to extend the field, or extend the road over here on the other side of the greenhouse. So what I decided to do is just go ahead and make a double. So we have a double here, we drive down, a double here, we drive down, and now we have this double here that we can drive down. Check this out. Installed another shed. Basically took the original and just butted up another one right beside it. Looks pretty cool. The two ends will close. I got rid of the large water tank out front. I got rid of the flower, and I got rid of the primary greenhouse that we were testing out here. Gives us a nice open area to drive through. Not sure what we're going to do with that open space as of right now, but we'll wait and see. And over here on the back side, got rid of the house garden that we had here, and we made, off of those two gardens together, we made close to $40,000 from the sale of the goods that we're already producing, and also the gardens themselves. So it wasn't too bad. Then I went and expanded the asphalt, cleaned all that up, and I went and grabbed a few of our pieces of equipment and stuck them down here in our new shed.